Hey everybody, welcome to Learn. We're talking about vampires, the real deal spooky stuff. Welcome to a journey into the dark and mysterious world of vampires. Are they real? Are they figments of our imagination? Well, that's what we're here to try and figure out. Today we uncover 5 unsolved mysteries that continue to baffle experts and enthusiasts alike. We're diving headfirst into the world of creepy cemeteries, unexplained deaths and chilling tales that'll make you sleep with the lights on. You've been warned. All right, let's kick things off in London, a place not exactly known for its sunshine and rainbows. It's a city steeped in history, mystery, and a fair share of eerie tales. We're talking about Highgate Cemetery, a sprawling Victorian graveyard that's as beautiful as it is creepy. With its winding paths and ancient tombstones, it feels like stepping into another world. Now, Highgate Cemetery is no stranger to spooky stories. It's a place where the past seems to linger in the air, whispering secrets to those who dare to listen. It's like the VIP lounge for ghost hunters and paranormal enthusiasts. They flock here, hoping to catch a glimpse of the otherworldly. But in the 1960s, things took a turn for the truly bizarre. The cemetery became the epicenter of a chilling phenomenon. People started reporting sightings of a tall, dark figure lurking among the tombstones. This figure seemed to defy explanation. This wasn't your average cemetery ghost, though. It had an aura of malevolence that set it apart. Witnesses described it as a vampire, complete with piercing red eyes and an unsettling aura that could chill you to the bone. It was as if the creature had stepped out of a nightmare. Some even claimed this thing was draining the life force from animals in the area. Dead animals were found with no clear cause of death. Naturally, these reports sent shockwaves through the community. Fear and curiosity gripped the residents. Local newspapers ate it up, publishing sensationalized stories that only fueled the flames of fear. Headlines screamed of the vampire terrorizing Highgate. The Highgate vampire, as it came to be known, became a media sensation. It was the talk of the town, capturing imaginations far and wide. Everyone had a theory, from the skeptical to the downright outlandish. Debates raged in cafes and living rooms alike. Was it a real vampire, a mass hallucination? Theories abounded, each more intriguing than the last. Or maybe just some dude in a cape messing with everyone. The mystery deepened with every new sighting. Despite numerous investigations, the Highgate vampire's true identity remains a mystery to this day. Paranormal experts and skeptics alike have tried to uncover the truth. Some believe it was a powerful psychic entity that had somehow manifested in the cemetery. Others think it was a hoax that spiraled out of control. Whatever the explanation, the Highgate vampire case remains one of the most compelling and unsettling vampire mysteries of all time. It continues to captivate and terrify those who hear its tale. From the foggy streets of London, we travel across the pond to New Orleans, a city practically built on a foundation of mystery and voodoo. And let me tell you, when it comes to vampires, New Orleans does not disappoint. We're talking about a string of unexplained deaths in the French Quarter, a place where the line between the living and the dead feels as thin as a sheet of paper. These weren't your everyday murders, though. These deaths had a sinister, almost ritualistic quality to them. The victims were often found drained of blood, with strange puncture marks on their necks. Sound familiar? Yeah, it's like something straight out of a vampire movie, but for the people of New Orleans, this was all too real. Rumors of vampires spread like wildfire through the French Quarter. People whispered about creatures of the night preying on the innocent under the cover of darkness. Adding fuel to the fire were the city's deep roots in voodoo and folklore. Some believed that a powerful vampire had taken up residence in the city, while others pointed to the city's history of dark magic and secret societies. Despite numerous investigations, the true nature of these deaths remains a mystery. Now let's journey to the desolate moors of northern England, where a chilling tale unfolds within the walls of a remote manor known as Croglin Grange. Picture this. A dark and stormy night, wind howling through the trees, and inside a family terrorized by something truly sinister. The story goes that in the 19th century, 2 brothers and their sister inherited Croglin Grange. They were warned about a curse on the land, a legend of a vampire that haunted the surrounding woods. Naturally, they brushed it off as superstitious nonsense. Big mistake. One night, as the story goes, the sister was awakened by a strange, scratching sound coming from the window. She looked up to see a horrifying sight, a creature with glowing red eyes peering in at her from the darkness. Terrified, she screamed, alerting her brothers. They rushed to her aid, but the creature had vanished. However, they found something else. Claw marks on the windowsill, too large and powerful to be any animal they knew. Night after night, the creature returned, growing bolder with each visit. The family was tormented by nightmares, strange occurrences, and the constant feeling of being watched. Desperate, the brothers set a trap. One night they waited with loaded pistols, determined to confront the creature. As the sun began to set, they heard the familiar scratching sound. The creature was back. One of the brothers fired his pistol, hitting the creature in the chest. It let out a deafening shriek and vanished into the night. The next morning, they followed a trail of blood leading from the manor into a nearby crypt. Inside the crypt, they found a coffin that had been disturbed. The brothers, hearts pounding, opened the coffin to reveal the creature lying inside. It was lifeless, but they knew it wouldn't stay that way for long. With a sense of urgency, they drove a stake through its heart, ensuring it would never rise again. The family finally found peace. But the legend of the vampire of Croglin Grange lives on, a chilling reminder of the horrors that once lurked in the shadows. Hold on to your hats, folks, because we're about to dive headfirst into the bizarre world of 19th century New England, and a case that sent shockwaves through a small Rhode Island town, leaving an indelible mark on its history. This is the story of Mercy Brown, a young woman whose death sparked a full-blown vampire panic. A tale that has been whispered about for generations. Picture this: Exeter, Rhode Island, 1892, a quaint town with a dark secret, a tight-knit community gripped by fear as a deadly tuberculosis outbreak ravages families, spreading dread and despair. The Brown family is hit particularly hard, losing several members in quick succession, each loss more devastating than the last. Tragic, right? Well, it gets weirder, much weirder. When young Mercy Brown succumbs to the illness, the townsfolk, desperate for answers and fueled by superstition, start whispering about something sinister, something otherworldly. See, back then, people didn't always understand the science behind diseases. Medicine was still in its infancy, and fear often filled the gaps in knowledge. They looked for explanations in the shadows, in the supernatural, where logic and reason had no place. And what's more supernatural than vampires, right? Creatures of the night that prey on the living. Rumors began to circulate that the Brown family was cursed, haunted by a vampire. Whispers turned into accusations, and the prime suspect? None other than poor, deceased Mercy. Her name became synonymous with fear. Why Mercy? Well, when her body was exhumed weeks after her burial, it was discovered that while most of the bodies in the family plot had decomposed as expected, Mercy's body showed minimal signs of decay, almost as if she was still alive. Her heart, some claimed, even contained liquid blood, a sure sign of vampirism to the terrified townsfolk. Now, to be fair, this phenomenon can be explained by natural decomposition processes, especially in cold New England winters where bodies can be preserved longer. But fear and superstition often trump logic, and the townspeople were convinced. They saw what they wanted to see. Mercy Brown, they believed, was a vampire preying on her own family from beyond the grave, a spectre of death. Driven by this belief, they performed a ritual, removing Mercy's heart and burning it to ashes, hoping to end the curse and bring peace to their troubled town. For our final descent into the shadowy world of vampire mysteries, we find ourselves in Venice, Italy, a city of canals, romance, and apparently vampires. This isn't your typical vampire story, though. This one involves archaeology, a mysterious skull, and a whole lot of speculation. Our story begins in 2006 on the small island of Lazaretto Nuovo, which once served as a quarantine zone during Venice's plague outbreaks. Think of it as the Ellis Island of the Black Death, only way spookier. Archaeologists made a startling discovery during an excavation, a 16th century skull with a brick wedge between its jaws. Now, that's not exactly standard burial practice, right? Naturally, this unusual find sent chills down the spines of even the most seasoned archaeologists. The skull, believed to be female, quickly became known as the Vampire of Venice. But why the brick? Well, back in the day, people were terrified of plagues and anything they didn't understand. Vampires, or rather, the belief in vampires, provided a convenient scapegoat for unexplained deaths and the spread of disease. One popular belief was that vampires, or shroud eaters, as they were sometimes called, were responsible for spreading plagues. These supposed undead creatures were thought to rise from their graves to feast on the blood of the living, spreading disease in their wake. So there you have it, folks, 5 unsolved mysteries that continue to fuel our fascination with vampires. From the eerie cemeteries of London to the plague-ridden islands of Venice, these tales remind us that some secrets refuse to stay buried. These mysteries remain unsolved, leaving us to wonder if vampires truly walk among us. Or perhaps the real monsters are the shadows we cast, the fears that linger in the darkest corners of our minds. Thank you for joining us on this spine-chilling journey. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more mysteries.